I would see minutes where you examine your sentiments on the way of life, definitely, or potentially the rap culture on rap music. And all that was off with the way of life was on my city. I will be straightforward with you. I had nothing against Oprah. You just called and I will explain to you why you named your canine Oprah. Didn't no doubt I did. I did too, a canine and a feline with fascinating names. No doubt better believe it gracious. That is Oprah, that is Oprah Oak. Goodness, hi fam, some of you are presumably asking why 50 Penny was so centered around dissing individual rapper Diddy. Well, the man isn't halting chairman. Since he evidently got a ton to say about Oprah herself too, what could Fifth say that will stun not exclusively Oprah's fans? Yet additionally, individuals all around the world thinking about how renowned and famous this lady is. I realize you need to disentangle the tattle too. So let us get directly into it. Oak. When you are hearing 50 Penny's name, all things considered, you will think immediately that he discovered some terrible information about Puff by, and by his aversion towards the music magnate, is discernible to the point that despite the fact that they denied the ill-willed before his words activities actually say something else, the Beam said you ought to be prepared to hear a few intriguing stories from him. Since this buddy won't hesitate to shout out, come on take a gander at Puffy, he got such a lot of influence and impact to stomp on him, yet fifth remaining parts, unshaken each time he tosses a shade of tune, so don't be shocked assuming he likewise has the nerve to get down on perhaps of the most persuasive lady on the planet, Oprah. These celebrities truly have a ton of carefully guarded secrets, and they are in many cases not similar individuals as they appear to be on TV. Realizing that media outlets has a truly clouded side, individuals are consistently mindful that a portion of these superstars, celebs, and craftsmen wouldn't be where they are correct now without certain penances and bad behaviors behind the cameras and meddlesome eyes of the public. Each time she made a notice to hip bounce culture, it was something amiss with it. And it was something on my seed that was the biggest presentation, and hip jump fans would agree that he is only one of the numerous skeptics of Oprah due to her prosperity. And all that wake up he was by all accounts not the only one opposing Oprah Winfrey. Nowadays your young lady is notable, we know, that yet presently she is being discussed all the more frequently as a result of the contentions she got ensnared in barred on Oprah. You know, on Oprah. Definitely I've been prohibited. Have you caught wind of her problem with Ice 3D Square, the way that he was restricted from Oprah's show? In view of this, individuals did a few digging and found that 50 Penny had spoken about Oprah's sketchy characteristics a long time back before Ice Shape's disclosure. Furthermore, this is the sort of thing that many have seen even before. At any rate, she has the propensity for tossing her kindred individuals of color to wolves, while doing her absolute best and work to white corrupt men. That is Oprah, named after the drama, and your feline's name is 50 could be a little trivial on occasion. Yet the manner in which he named his canine after Oprah is somewhat silly. That isn't where the tomfoolery stops, since he even named his feline after Gaylord, Oprah's dearest companion. Let's be real. His disdain on her and some unacceptable things she did to their local area is truly running profound. However, he was making a joke out of it. How Oprah was treating these people of color is truly not interesting at everything. Is this how she has been doing years to make sure she could scale to the top and remain there? Estranging people of color is likely her plan, and could be one reason for her popularity as per Fifth. And not to express that those things were off base, but rather I was saying on the off chance that I can't be your companion, essentially let him be your foe, so I'll coincide gracious, you know. And the crowd is fascinating. I was simply involving it as a technique. Almost certainly that Oprah Winfrey has a ton of associations, which is additionally giving her the influence and certainty to disrupt her kinder dark performers She's been denounced for quite a long time about how she is involving people of color in the business to get in the great graces of the greater ups in Hollywood. She doesn't appear to mind that a portion of individuals she is hobnobbing with are hunters, I surmise, as long as it gives her the cash and distinction. She wouldn't actually mind any longer nothing else. Would have any significance even Monique has an ill will with her since she is guaranteeing that Oprah renounced her. There was a showdown that occurred between these two, and Monique is as yet enthused about getting a statement of regret from the syndicated program diva. So when Ice Block joined the Image individuals, couldn't resist the opportunity to investigate Oprah's past. And how could she truly become too known as she is the present moment, assuming you've loved Oprah, or have been following information and tattle about her from that point forward? Then you would realize that she has a past filled with attempting to go about as though she is truly near a VIP yet. As a general rule, they don't have that sort of relationship, obviously. She was doing it to get to know their own lives and data. And how else will she manage this information? You use them to uncover things about individuals that will give her more crowd notoriety and evaluations. Monique. Michael Jackson and 50 Penny are only a portion of individuals that have attempted to uncover Oprah, and how she jumps at the chance to deceive individuals who attempted to believe her out of all them. Fifth was the most steady in his disclosures, and he is truly not withdrawing with any of his accounts that simply demonstrates anything information and perception he has of her has a reality to it. He guarantees that Oprah is dark outwardly, yet she is bright white with regards to her viewpoints in life and vocation. The quarrel among Oprah and 50 Penny truly began due to Oprah's analysis towards the verses of Fifth tunes. She asserted there were lies in his melodies that empowered destructive way of behaving due to that Fifth terminated back, and said that Oprah began with individuals of color's perspectives, yet has been taking special care of moderately aged white American people for such a long time that she's become one herself gracious. That was some genuine explanation there. Don't let us know that 50 is only a harsh person who needs to be essentially as renowned as Oprah on the grounds that he isn't the only one in that frame of mind against the last. I was there for an accident for the film. Definitely and fundamentally, she expressed something about not concurring with my music. Yet she figured I did perfect in the film. And obviously I was up there with the entire cast of Crash. Thus I didn't really felt like that should have been said. You truly disagreed with my music. And regardless of whether you concur with specific melodies, I may say this: you disagree with specific melodies. Don't say you disagree with each of my perspectives. Right? Ludacris has as of late imparted his opinion to respects to the television. Have for him, Oprah just welcomed him on her show to make sure she could get the opportunity to embarrass him in open. Ludacris, along with the other cast of the film Crash, were welcomed on the Oprah show to advance the movie. You heard it from Ludacris himself. Additionally, realities he was not there to be consulted alone. Not to mention be gotten some information about his music. He was there with the other cast from the film. So it was super off to corner him about his tunes when his appearance in the show was not about that. In any case, there's more going on the grounds that Ludacris didn't give Oprah the fulfillment. As he answered in a quiet manner, clearly, it didn't sit well the host as she promptly cut him off. She had the option to get out whatever she said. And afterward, I had our last show. I heard Chicago, yet yours wasn't in there, mine weren't in there, so it just seemed as though I sort of took it. You've presumably seen this meeting of Dave Chappelle with Oprah. This was whenever that he first discussed his vanishing. In the wake of being offered large number of dollars for a task, she might have been more circumspect, thinking about that she knows the intricate details of the business. Dave likewise clarified that he was not freaking out when he turned down that arrangement, as he most likely is aware too well that tolerating that proposition would expect him to forfeit a portion of his ethics and values. Yet Oprah, being Oprah, saw the open door and sincerely made a good attempt to get Dave to discuss himself getting insane for turning down such an enormous arrangement. He's attempting to persuade me I'm crazy, They were attempting to inspire me to take maniacal prescription. No doubt I said I'm not taking this medication, man. Since I realized this large number of individuals be attempting to control you, or perhaps this credit I was apprehensive, like yet you were worried. That is correct, no inquiry, except for it's extremely distressing for somebody to continually stroll behind you and say you're crazy as opposed to giving him the floor and getting some information about his concerns. And all that she continued to bring back the point, the present distrustfulness, as though she needed to hear straightforwardly from him. Then he was becoming wild about that measure of cash. This is additionally contorted looking at that as a ton of people of color in